We'll get started with Coach Moore. If you guys have a question, make sure you raise your hand. I'll start on the right with Dennis.
Sherrone, congratulations. At the end, was there any fault to be had on either side?
I mean, it was emotions on both sides. I know our guys, I didn't see they had the flag, and guys were waving around, and their guys charged us. So it was emotion on both sides. It can't happen. Rivalry games get heated, especially this one. It's the biggest one in the country. So we got to handle that better.
It looked like Max got it in the face with pepper spray. Do you know who that was from? Was that?
Those were the officers that were around. So they were just trying to control everything. The security was trying to control everything. So they got both sides of guys trying to make sure that we took care of them. So, but we got to do a better job handling that as a group. I addressed it in the locker room. We'll address it again. But that's both sides.
What does that say about the rivalry?
It's a heated rivalry. It's one that, we all talk about it. They talk about it. We talk about it. It's in my office. I walk in and first thing I see is Ohio State. What are we doing to beat Ohio State today? So it's something you think about 365, and we're excited we won the game. We're excited we won the game and proud of our guys.
Chris?
Coach, this game's usually won and lost in the trenches. Can you just talk about how your defensive line play and then also your offense?
I mean, I think our defense played outstanding. He held a high-powered offense again another week to 10 points, 77 rushing yards. This game has been won, I think, the last 20 years in the rushing battle. We had 172, and they had 77, so that's usually the story of the game. So our guys played great, especially the D-line. The O-line played great when they needed to, and they got some real good push, and we kind of hammered them. And wind was a factor going towards the locker room and away from the locker room, so you couldn't throw as much and be effective in the throw game. So you definitely had to have a good run plan. So I thought our guys did a good job.
And then just Kalal's run, what you see on that, just the will.
I mean, it's like the USC run all over again. You got people tackle him in the backfield, and he's hard to bring down. He runs angry, he runs physical. So proud of him. Career high, 32 carries, 116 yards. So, I mean, just all you can ask for.
James?
Sherrone, how important is maintaining emotional composure in this game? How do you guys preach that message?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about playing with discipline and not emotion, and there's a couple of times, and it happens in these rivalry games, especially this one every year. There's always some chip, some talk, some extra things going on, and you got to control that. So it's all about the emotions in the game. You can talk about it, you can do that in practice, but it's completely different when you get in the arena with the opponent. So you just got to completely, we got to do a better job of doing that, and so do that.
And given what happened after the game, easier for you to speak about it when you're sitting in the winner's chair, but how important, or what do you think of the concept of losing gracefully?
Yeah, I'm not. No, we didn't lose, so we won. I don't worry about losing.
Noah?
Sherrone, obviously, you got the win as acting head coach last year, but first year as head coach of Michigan, beating Ohio State. What does that mean for you and just everything you've done here?
It means everything, but it really is all about the players. Like I said in the post game, the Mason Grahams, the Kenneth Grants, the Josiahs, the Derricks, the TJ guys, the Miles Hinton, Josh Previes, Crippens, Gio, Evan Lane, those guys up front. We talked about it all week. It's going to start up front, and the trenches win the game. And it's not really about scheme. It's not really about technique. It's really about the will and the will to want to put your man in the backfield or put him across the line of scrimmage. And that's what we preached all week, and that's what those guys did.
Please.
The game was won by a field goal. Ohio State missed 2 throughout the game. Can you talk about your trust in Zapata? And
He's a man. He's an absolute animal. Just great kicker, great dude. He's been a great addition to the team. I hope I can keep him for another year. He might go to the NFL, so we'll try to keep him. But he's really good. I mean, but we just have complete trust in him. It never phases him. In practice, we put him in the worst situations, and he just drills it and just looks at you like, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. So the guy's amazing. He's awesome. Great teammate, great kid.
Tony?
Sherrone, congratulations. We know that you guys this week, you talked about how you always believe despite what had happened this year. I wonder, was there a moment today where you could feel that Ohio State kind of believed, like, oh, we're not just going to run over them, and the fans, and it felt like there was a shift. They had a lot of momentum early.
We just kind of went about our process of what we thought, and when we got it up in the fourth quarter, and I told everybody to listen to the sounds. There was nothing, so we knew at 10-10 we had them, and that was the goal. We wanted to just keep on the ropes, keep fighting, and our guys did that. But it wasn't really about what anybody else thought. We didn't talk about belief. We just talked about trust. Trusting each other, trusting yourself, trusting what you can do, and go win the game.
And then at the half, that touchdown right before the half really could have taken the momentum from you guys. How did you not let it?
Play the next play, Fido. They've got really good players too. So we always talk about Fido, forget it and drive on. You know, big plays are going to happen. They're a good team, so that's what we did.
Back right over here, Aaron.
What was the week like in practice? Was it any different than normal?
I mean, this week is always pretty intense. Every week's intense, but I think there's just a level of focus, a level of detail, of concentration that everybody knows what's at stake for this week. And those signs of what are you doing to beat Ohio State today get even bigger in your mind, thought process. So the process of what we did wasn't the same. Wasn't different. It was the same as we usually are.
Reiner.
How much did the psychological edge you guys have gotten over the last 3 years, you think manifest itself going into this game? I mean, you guys know you can beat this team, so like they didn't. And how much do you feel like that kind of contributed?
I don't know. I can't tell you what they think. I just know that our guys knew what we could do, and wasn't really worried about what they thought.
And then what do you think this does for the program, and how does it change the complexion of the season and how it looks and everything?
Well, for us, like I said before, we don't really care what other people think. It's about what our players in the building think and what everybody around us think. And we're just happy we beat Ohio State. And that was the most important thing today, and that's what we're riding with.
Back here with the hat on.
Sherrone, you talk about preparing for this game all year long, and then even the week of, you guys don't really change anything up. But are you instilling in your guys, hey, if we win, we win, we lose, it really doesn't matter? Are you kind of taking that approach, or are you really drilling into their heads, do not lose this game today?
Yeah, I don't think we ever say just do not lose. We just talk about how to win and what we need to do to win. Never put the losing factor in your mind. And our guys never had the losing thought in their mind. They walked in the meeting room on Monday and they were as excited as anything. It was just like we were 11-0, and because they knew the importance of the week and what it took. And we worked 365 for this game, and that's how we're going to continue to approach it. We're never going to stop thinking about this game, regardless of who we're playing. That's no disrespect to the other opponent, but this game is the most important game of the year and always will be.
Well, Joe.
Sherrone, you touched upon it. You probably didn't pay attention to what people were saying, but Ohio State 3-touchdown favorite, and you guys had no chance theoretically.
No chance.
Theoretically, that's what people said.
It's cool.
Yeah. So, did you take note of that? What did you see in your team that you knew that they felt they had a chance?
I didn't even know what people talk about that. I have zero clue about any of that. Locked in the office in Sherrone Hall most of the time. I told Ward told me I can't sleep there anymore, so I don't sleep there. But no, I was completely focused on our team and our coaches. That's it. That's the only thought process I had. I wasn't thinking about anything else. So just worry about winning the game, and that's we're just gonna go about it like that.
Do you kind of chuckle at the notion of no chance?
Yeah.
Waco.
Sherrone, you talked about Mason a little bit earlier. He's showed up all season, did it again in a big way today. Can you just touch on his performance?
Yeah, he's an absolute animal. I wish I could convince him to stay for another year. We'll probably know that's not going to happen. But you talk about an incredible kid, incredible player, a force, and gives you everything he has on every single play he's in the game. And he's going to be an outstanding pro. He's unbelievable. I love him, and I couldn't be more proud of him.
John.
You talked about the talk surrounding this game. 4 years ago, they were talking about hanging 100 on you in a single game. They haven't gotten there, added up over 4 years. Can you talk about how Michigan's asserted itself in this series?
I think just our mindset of how we attack it. We started really in 21 with Coach Harbaugh and putting it all over the building. It's a constant thought process and how we practice, what we do, when we practice, of thinking about this game, how we build our team, what we do, and it'll continue to be that way. We're going to continue to build this team, the foundation of who we are, this culture around winning this game, and that's what it's got to be about.
Austin.
You had a moment with Davis leaving the podium. Can you share what you said to him and just what this moment means for him?
Yeah, he's talking about the pick, and I told him don't do that again. Don't talk about that again. He played so good. You talk about how much he moved our team down the field on third down. He was elite. He was really, really good. And the one pick was low, but we got to be in the right spot spacing wise. So it's not all on Davis. People probably try to criticize him. I'm not going to read anything, but I can tell you this: dude played his heart out for this team and gave everything he could for this team to be the quarterback and go win here. But nobody probably gave him a chance. Nobody gave him a chance in life. And, he's where he is now is success in itself.
Angelique.
Sherrone, it seemed like Ohio State, Ryan Day was trying all season to prove that their toughness this season. How much did you emphasize being out-toughing this team today?
That's who we are, so we don't really need to talk about it. You know, we're built, that's how we're built. We don't talk about toughness, we don't talk about that, you know. We, how we're built in the weight room, what we do on the field, physicality, how we practice. That's just who we, you know, who Michigan is. So we don't really need to talk about it.
And also on offense, you were short-handed without Colston.
Yeah.
And then you lose Donovan. What's the second halftime message to the team?
Yeah, next man up, you know. Told you Hogan Hansen got the first third down catch, and he's a true freshman. There's nothing bugs him, nothing worries him. And then obviously when you got Kalel and then ready for Jordan Marsh to go in there, so we felt like we had enough guys to go compete and go win, and we did.
Charlie?
Sherrone, we saw Makari walk in here with a game ball. Can you talk about how he and Amir and really the defense as a whole came up big when you needed him?
I mean, I think just overall, you look at their stats, their lowest output total yards all year with 252. You know, we talked about as a team we had to win the time of possession, and we did. We possessed it 33 minutes, they did 26. Defense, outstanding job. Let's see what the third downs were. Third downs were 16. And I mean, it started off with stopping the run. You know, they had a hard time running the football. It's hard to move KG and Mason and Rayshawn and Trey Pierce and all those guys. You see every day in practice. So it started with that, and then, you know, zeroing in on their playmakers and doing things to slow them down. Because you're not going to completely stop them, but I thought we did a great job of slowing them down.
I'm going to go with 2 more, and then we're going to bring in Dom Espada, so I'm going to go in the back right there.
Coach, this is one of those rivalries where it's truly like a one-game season. Where do you find the balance between the satisfaction of winning today and understanding that there were still missed opportunities earlier in the year?
Yeah, we're just going to enjoy this moment, enjoy today, enjoy this game. We understand the ramifications of this game and how much it means to this program, the alumni, the university. We know we just won in the horseshoe again.
My last question, Chris.
After the Northwestern game, it seemed like you had some momentum. Did you kind of feel it in that game, kind of starting to really come together for this team?
Yeah, I felt it throughout the game, felt it in practice. I mean, I felt it really in the buy-in week that, you know, Bredesen dubbed it the buy-in week. I just felt like the shift, the guys, they always practiced hard, they always practiced physical. The detail was really, really good, and I thought our coaches did a good job preparing them. So, but more importantly, our guys just played their tails off. It's all the credits to them. How they prepared mentally, physically, emotionally. You know, we had Thanksgiving, we had to go earlier, we had to do different things to maneuver it, and those guys just did everything they could to make sure we won this game, and proud of them.
Was Rod Moore down here?
Rod was here.
Okay.
Yeah, Rod was here. Rod's a little wild on the sideline sometimes, but we love him.
All right, thanks everyone.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.